Welcome to another episode of Watch Once Over. My name is Big E, and today we're going to be bringing you this Laco 1925 Frankfurt Flieger GMT. Now this watch comes in this lovely case, looks like a miniature briefcase, and it's a really great presentation piece. And there's not too many watch cases and boxes that I've seen as nice as this. Maybe something for like a moon watch or something that's on that level. Now when you open up this briefcase, gun case type thing, you have an extra strap with a gray and orange theme to go along with the watch. You get a remove before flight keychain. You get a Laco strap changing tool with two different size prongs on the end. Then you get your warranty card, instruction booklet, little Laco logo, hang tag, and of course the watch. Now let's put this lovely presentation aside. And this is your Laco Frankfurt. Now, as I searched the internet for Flieger watches, because I didn't have one, I haven't had one for a long time, as I'm restarting my collection, I wanted something different. Now, of course, this watch isn't Swiss made, it's German made from Laco, and Laco supplied the German Luftwaffe with watches along with IWC Stoa during World War II. Okay, they supplied the aircrafts with, the German aircraft forces, Hitler's Germans pilots. Now, this watch is extremely high quality. It's not Swiss made. Down on the bottom, it's German made, but it has a couple things that make it unique. And the reason why I like it. Now I'm going to move in a little bit so we can see the watch better. Now this watch is 43 millimeters in diameter. Let's get the measurements out the way. .43 millimeter case. 13.3 thickness. Lug to lug is right around 50, 49.7, and then the strap width is 20 on the nose. So those are the measurements. Now it has a really nice lug to lug. It takes up it wears a lot bigger because there's so much real estate on the dial, and then you have this inner rotating bezel, which is one of the stars of the show. Now this is a GMT watch. It can track 2 time zones. You have orange GMT hand, and you have your inner bezel 12 o'clock orange pip up here. Now you also have the 2 dots in the triangle designating 12 o'clock on this Flieger watch, which helps you orientate yourself at night when you're flying, so you'll know where 12 o'clock is. Now the top crown up here at 2 o'clock is for your inner bezel. You unscrew it, and it has a ball bearing ratcheting action, so it just doesn't have like a free bezel. It clicks. Hear that? I'll put up to the mic. So it has a ratcheting action that's very positive, and that's a ball bearing action in there. So it has a really heavy detent. Now on the top 6 hours, on the top 12 hours, you're going to get a dark ring on the bezel, on the inner bezel, and on the bottom you're going to get a light gray ring. Now that designates your daytime hours and your nighttime hours, and then your GMT, and this will offset your GMT for what time zone you're in. I have this set for Arizona and East Coast. Now you just push it in, screw it down, it threads in real nice. The crowns are both signed on here. Really heavy knurling. Really nice. And it doesn't have an independent GMT hand. Now I like this better because this has a quick set date. On an independent, it does move independently of the 12-hour hand, but it doesn't drive the date wheel when you set the GMT. Now, I understand some people like the quick set hour date and it drives the date, but if you encounter a regular month or you don't wear the watch a lot, that means you have to spin it around until you get to the correct day. And sometimes that can be a pain in the ass. So this is more of a, not a Globetrotters GMT, but more of a stay-home guy, need to keep track of time of family members in another hemisphere GMT, if that's what you want to call it. Now the crystal is a dome sapphire crystal with plenty of anti-reflective coating. And you have, this is called the Schwarz, which is black in German, and it's really like a slate gray or a granite. It's not really dark black. It's almost a gray, and you can see it almost when you change it in light, it changes color from gray to dark. Now you have superluminova along with bicolor. You have orange superluminova on the GMT hand and the 12 o'clock triangle. Then you have the regular C3 on all the indices and the hands. Now on the hands, they're really nice because they're thermally blued. I'm hoping you can see that. I don't know if you guys can see that. The hands are thermally blued, and that is done with a heat treating process before they apply the lume. And one of the things that make this watch very interesting and really caught my attention is a fully loomed second hand and a little airplane for the second hand balance that's going around, which is the same dark gray as the dial. Now the dial is very spacious, but it's also very clean with only 2 lines of text and a date at 6 o'clock. You don't get that awkward offset date at 3 or 4 o'clock. You get a nice symmetry and balance to the dial, which I really like. Now, this watch comes on this sailcloth strap. It's a leather on the inside, which is really soft, and it's like a sailcloth outside. You get a signed pin buckle, just your basic pin buckle sign with dual keepers, and you get about 8 adjustment holes. And my wrist is 7.25 inches, so it fits on my wrist just perfect. And I could recommend this watch easily to a wrist up to 9 inches because it's 43, but all the way down to a wrist maybe 5.5 inches, a lady's wrist, because pilot watches are designed to be bigger, so it won't look out of place because it's a Flieger watch. They're naturally were born a bigger watch for legibility. So that's another thing that's a plus on here. Now, taking away inside under the cover, which you have a lovely engraved cover, and this is all sandblasted, titanium sandblasted case. It's not titanium case, it's titanium color, but it's all a bead blasted case, which is really smooth and really scratch resistant. Now on the back you have a plane flying over Europe. That's Africa and that's Europe. And you don't get the you get just the tip of the United States and over here on the left side, but it's really Europe what it's flying over in Africa. So that's really nice. But up underneath this is a Laco tuned up Salida SW200 elaborate gate in this one, but you can upgrade this watch with a top grade chronometer grade if you want for $150 if you order it from Laco. And you also can get the side engraved from Laco up to I think 7 characters on the side, so you can get your name in there, initials, if it's a gift or something or whatnot, which is pretty cool because a lot of people don't offer you custom engraving and movement options. So this one has the elaborate grade, which is just fine. And I'll put up over here what it's running every day, how fast it's running, and I'll also put the specs up. So check the specs out too. And I'll also leave a link to where I got this, and that is AZ Fine Time. They're a authorized dealer for Laco, and they can sort out all your needs if you're looking for one of these watches or a limited edition, which they have several of them in stock. So that'll be a good place to contact, and I'll leave their information in the description also. Now let's get to the fun part, which everybody likes, and that's the lume. And this watch has it in spades, and it's also bi-colored. So let me turn off the studio lights, and you can see it already. That's the lume. It burns bright all night. You get the bi-colored lume. You can read it anytime, day or night, and it's beautiful. And that's why I put this Flieger in my permanent collection. Out of all my watches so far, this is my favorite watch as far as a Flieger watch goes. So I definitely recommend this watch. I definitely think it is one of the most good values for the money for a Flieger watch, and I recommend it. Now, a quick wristwatch check. I got on the Borealis. I'll do a review on this later, but let's try it on and see what it looks like on my 7.25-inch wrist. Oh, that fits good. That's the watch. Laco. I think it looks good. I think it looks nice. It's comfortable. It's really lightweight. And I approve. So let me know what you guys think. Leave a comment. This is the Laco 1925 Frankfurt GMT, and it's now in my permanent collection. Leave a comment, and I'll talk to you guys later. God bless. My name is Big E, and I'll talk to you later. That's the watch once over.